basikora matiskoro kami adora
Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary.
Today on One, alleged suicide of a Chumek woman raises eyebrows. Retailers see more local products on the shelves. NASCAM explains royalties to artists. And Namibia Fencing Federation plans to host international competition.
The mysterious suicide of Esther Garasas, a resident of Tsumeb's Kuvukiland informal settlement, continues to raise eyebrows as family members as well as authorities are suspecting a murder. 44-year-old Esther Garasas was reported dead on July 25, 2020. Police investigations concluded that she committed suicide by hanging herself. Witnesses at the crime scene believe otherwise. Esther's sister, Rutilde Sonia Obes, is one of those who strongly suspects that she was murdered.
My sister, who was at home with her at Kubukuland, told us that she just went to go and fetch a cigarette because she was a smoker. And she met with a girl on her way, but the places were closed. But the girl told her, no, auntie, it's dark, don't go in there. But later on they heard that she was saying, leave me alone, leave me alone. After 30 minutes, someone come and knock at the door and say, please run to the run to the tree because your sister is hanging herself or she's hanging herself there. But the first person who arrived there was the night watch. He saw the whole incident, how the things were looking there. And when the Namibian police arrived, he showed them, can you see the steps there? They stepped on the wire to hang the lady because they were two. Maybe as they were thinking, because there was sandals, splatties, spots were there at the scene. But when the police came, they just take the body off and then went. And later on, they say she hanged herself.
Former Neighborhood Watch member Danny van der Westhuizen was one of those who first arrived at the scene. Upon arrival, Danny found Esther hanging from a branch with one of her arms tied to the fence and her legs slightly raised. A scene perhaps too unusual for a suicide.
The letter that they getting from the doctors after somebody is dead and something that they inspect the body and stuff, they just mark there that the neck was broken.
Sure.
And I also don't think I'm not a doctor, but I'm not agree to that the neck was broken. I think there was maybe something else. Then I told the family that they must send the body to somebody else and get a second opinion.
A post-mortem examination was performed by a state pathologist at the Lombard Hospital, which concluded Esther's death as a suicide. Esther's relatives disputed the results and requested an additional post-mortem exam. To date, no other evidence could be found to rule out suicide. It is further reported that the state pathologist who performed the autopsy resigned soon after, thus mystifying the case even further. However, police investigations continue.
Enjoy Enjoy these fantastic mid-month savings only at Clicks until 20 January. Buy Clicks 2-ply toilet paper 18 rolls, $89.99 per pack. Or buy Organics 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner 2 for $104. Buy Sunlight Summer Sensations Auto 2-in-1 washing powder 2 kgs. Or Laundry Liquid 1,5 litres 2 for $88. Clicks. Feel good. Pay less.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
Namibia's entrepreneurial sector is beginning to bloom as more locals produce exportable products. Locally produced Nell's Baby Petroleum Jelly is amongst the few locally produced products newly introduced on the local market shelves. Berta Shitemba, founder of the local baby company Nell's Babies, thought to extend her products and identified baby petroleum jelly to be in demand and essential, hence starting the baby skincare line. She says although capital has been a great challenge for her, the baby skincare line has been well received by locals, who she calls on to boost the country's economy through starting their own product lines and supporting existing ones.
But then later on I started, thinking to myself that, look, I need to diversify my product. So I started, doing research on what kind of products I can introduce or that I can add to the offering of products that I was already manufacturing at that stage. I came to the idea that, baby skincare is one of the most important products or one of the most crucial, essential products that every parent need to take care of their baby. So therefore I decided to come up with the baby petroleum jelly. Right now, at the beginning of the year in January, that's when we started pushing it into retail. Obviously starting with Grove Super Spa. They were the first people to accept our products on the shelf. Currently, we are selling it for $29.90. And that is within the range of all the other baby petroleum products that you find on the shelf. I'm a strong advocate of supporting local and as well as, just boosting the local economy by having as many local businesses as possible, because I believe that the economy grows by the local businesses that we have. If we can keep the money in circulation within our country, I think that will boost our economy very much. The small businesses or the businesses within the economy that will drive or that will increase the rate of employment, as well as increase living standards as well, because if we are selling products and I have employed people, then it means that I'm able to also better those people's living standards.
Another local manufacturer of skincare products, Kiyomi Sense Cosmetics and Beauty Products, was founded in 2015 by Sandra Mwihangele, who says although the local manufacturer has grown over the years, there have been capital and distribution challenges as it now competes with international brands, stressing the need for Namibians to start looking into different products they can produce locally and stimulate the economy.
As a manufacturer, capital is always an issue because you need the assets, the machinery, which is very expensive. So that has definitely been a challenge. We're not fully, completely housed with 2 production lines because we're still in the process of trying to save up to purchase machinery like 3 months at a time. So capital is definitely the first thing, and also just managing your finances from a manufacturing point of view, like where to distribute the funds. I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand how to turn $10 into $500, etc., and how to cover your expenses, but how do you also save at the same time. We all learned last year what happened when South Africa decided to cut down on exporting some of their essential goods, and then we were affected by it. So if we had already invested in our own people, our own businesses, so it's very, very important to support local, produce local, and take care of ourselves. Yeah.
Coordinator at Team Namibia, Jane Kandetu has re-emphasized the organization's call for the support of local small to medium enterprises. With up to 101 local businesses registered, the organization is calling on Namibians who need assistance in starting businesses to contact their offices.
The argument, a lot of the debate has been that local products are expensive. But my question to you is that how are we supposed to bring our prices of the Namibian products and services down if there is no support from the public at large? You see, for a product's price to come down, there must be a demand for it, because if there is a high demand for it, then they can easily supply. And if they can supply in bulk, they can bring down their price. I'd also strongly encourage them to become one of KWB's members, because we do facilitate, of course, the growth of our members' products and their services. And we see as to what will be the next step for them, whether their product should be on the shelves, or we also try and encourage or rather create opportunities where they can go and present themselves, whether it's to the government or whether it's to retailers or whether it's to other parties as well. Within our members, like I mentioned, 101 members, we also strongly facilitate co-branding within our members, because one may produce something that the other will need, and therefore together they can only become stronger. So to the SMEs out there that would like to, of course, start a product or a service, we encourage you guys to call Team Namibia so we can see how we can help you not only become a member, but also see your product make it one day to the international shelves as well.
The Nels Baby Petroleum Jelly products are currently only available at Super Spa Grove, while Kiyomi Sense Cosmetics are sold at ShopRite Checker stores and Super Spa Grove.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
We can't wait to get together again, to welcome new friends, meet up with old ones, and play until the sun comes up. We can't wait to fill our stadiums again. In fact, we can't wait to get the whole gang together. But until then, let's stay safe.
With the music industry being one of the affected industry by COVID-19, many actors have been struggling and are depending on NASCAM for royalties. Artists reached out to Today on One as they claim that NASCAM is not paying their royalties, and due to this they do not have an income and most depend on their music as they are unemployed.
There is Orwano, it's gone. Namyu, it's gone. Namibian music industry is gone. Now, I don't know what is going on with NASCAM. If they don't want to pay the people for royalties, it's a self-enrichment or what is going on there. It affects me a lot because there was a, don't give example for convict. We work hard. If you go in a studio, you pay a lot, but when you go there to get your royalties, they will show you only $8. But they find those other people, they are getting a lot of them, a lot of money instead of us. We are playing live music. Miming musicians, they are getting a lot of money. So I don't know, is it familiarizing or whatever it is there.
I've been doing music for my whole life. I've been doing music. I registered with NASCAM 3 years ago. Until now, I'm just surviving with my brand. I've not even gotten like even a $2 or a 50 cent. Or even a sweet to make it worse. So it's really, I just feel like I wasted my time because I went there, I took my taxi money, I went until at their office, I registered my name, and they told me, no, don't worry, we are going to reward you.
Today on One also reached out to artists that are registered with NASCAM from Rundu to hear their thoughts on the matter.
So when I entered this industry, I was very young.
my first year to release an album. It was just the first year of independence. For the benefit of the Namibians, we're supposed to play more local music so that we can at least feel at home. The government we're supposed to feel like the government is supporting us at least at the other side.
NASCAM Chief Executive Officer John Max outlined the process they use to collect and pay out royalties to artists.
The members who qualify to receive royalties is those who register with NASCAM and have songs which are active on radio stations. One, you should a member for NASCAM at least for 2 or 3 years, so that you can be able to qualify for a royalty payout. How we pay out is that it depends on the number of the usage, that how many times the song has been used, and also based on how much we have collected for that specific distributions. If we collected more money and your song has been used many times, then you are entitled to receive royalties, good royalties. If we receive little money from the regular usage, and then your song was played maybe very few times, you will receive little money. If you are sharing a song, you are 2 in the song, or 3 in the song, you are sharing one song, we have to divide that song among you two. Now, if it's a little amount of money you're supposed to receive, for example, maybe you are 3 in the song, and then you are only able to get $100, then meaning that everyone will get 33 Namibian dollar. So, and that will be very little. And then you are not saying, you will say that no, we are not receiving any royalty from NASCAM. That's how it works. What is also very important is that to know how much share that need to be divided among the author, composer, and publisher of music. If you let someone publishing your work, it's like a publishing company or a producing company which manufacturing your CD and distributing to marketing, they are entitled to receive 50% of that royalty.
The members concerned, some of them are not valid because of lack of education or understanding how NASCAM operate. I want to encourage our members, if you have any grievance in terms of what you have received, whoever come to NASCAM, if you are in Binduk, and ask the right question. Come and ask for your statement and see how the payment or the process has been implemented, instead of just going to social media and make the institution, because this institution is not the CEO's institution, it's not the member that works in the institution, it's all our institution. So I want to encourage them to come and ask the right questions. So I know, obviously, especially sometimes we have a hit song, which is a current hit song, but the cycle of payment at NASCAM, it's 1 year behind. So whatever music that was done last year, your popular song that was done last year, it get paid this year. So some of the members that were complaining is because they had hit songs last year. So that payment only is going to be visible this year.
Shipanga further urged the government to assist artists in these trying times and urged artists not to give up and continue to put in the work.
Namibia Fencing Federation National Team Manager Dylan Kotze, in an exclusive interview with Today on One Sports Desk, highlighted the Federation's key plans for 2021. Speaking to Today on One Sports Desk, National Team Manager of Fencing Dylan Kotze recapped on 2020 for fencing in Namibia as he described it as a difficult year for the federation as they could not compete internationally.
2020 was a hard year, I think, for many other sports. I think the biggest hurdle we faced that we weren't allowed to compete internationally. Since Namibia is still growing, we still have a very small base, so we get most of our experience by competing in South Africa and Botswana and overseas. But I think after the worst of it, we've grown. We've, I think, doubled our size from the beginning of 2020, so I'm very proud of that. We worked hard, and hopefully 2021 this year we can prosper from what we grew last year. The Olympic Committee is helping us. We work closely with them, and hopefully they will help us this year with a few competitions we want to go to. I think we're a bit too small yet for the Sports Commission to give us much help.
Kotze further highlighted the federation's key plans to host championships in the country this year as well as to compete internationally.
So for 2021, our main plan is to send a team to the World Championships this year and be very competitive. We normally send 1 or 2 people and they just go for the experience, but this year we want to be very competitive. So because of this, we're also trying to host international competitions in Namibia, which will be the first time ever we've done that. Hopefully with COVID, we'll be able to. And then we also want to, because we've got a few new clubs up north as well in Katima, so we want to try and grow more and host competitions where cities from all around Namibia can join. Yeah, I think we are growing a lot quicker than we used to. It's still by word of mouth mostly, even though we're on social media, and that seems to work best. But hopefully as we get bigger, then we'll grow faster.
There are currently 4 fencing clubs in Namibia, namely Highlanders, Katima Mulilo Fencing Club, Gobabes Fencing Club, and Windhoek Fencing Club.
In other leading stories, the Ministry of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation has been engaging the Shoprite Checkers Group and Namibia Food and Allied Workers Union NAFAO under the National Union of Namibian Workers NUNW's leadership on the ongoing wage negotiations. These engagements have taken double-track processes like the legal conciliation and policy direction trajectory. In a quest for an urgent and amicable solution, the ministry urges all the parties to refrain from illegal conduct and to abide by the laws of the country, including court orders. The ministry directs the negotiating partners to make tangible efforts to resolve the current stalemate in a mutually beneficial and respectful manner and urges both parties to continue negotiating in an open, transparent and genuine manner. Both parties have agreed to continue engaging each other in good faith in search of a lasting solution. In a media statement, the ministry noted that the nation will be kept informed on progress on the negotiations.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. Striking Shoprite and Checkers workers are disgruntled as negotiations between the Namibia Food and Allied Workers Union NAFAO, the National Union of Namibian Workers NUNW, and the retailers' management once again proved futile. Zeno said the workers are not abiding by the COVID-19 measures. Wandingi said the retailer should respond to the workers. Eliphas said the police should remove the workers that are working while the others are on strike as per the order of the court. David said the government and political parties would have responded with haste if it was election time. Smith said the Minister of Labour should get involved in the matter. Martha asked, where are the ELPM and PDM political parties? 28-year-old Shanika Nashilongo has taken it upon himself to be a father figure to fatherless children in Windhoek and surrounding areas. This, he said, is due to the high number of children in the country who grow up without their fathers in their lives. Sertu said Shanika is doing a great job. Esther said the responsible man should go out and take part in the program. Lindy said that Shanika has a good heart. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Heavy falls are most likely in the Tumkwe constituency, Kavango and Zambezi regions, so please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior is sunny and hot in the south, elsewhere partly cloudy and hot with a few thundery showers in the central north, central and eastern regions, but scattered to widespread thunder showers in the Tumkwe constituency, Kavango and Zambezi regions. The coast partly cloudy and cool with fog patches, and the wind light to moderate southwesterly.
Hello and welcome to Turning Points International. We have taken over London.
like I burn out.
Over time, eBay developed an addictive personality to escape depression.
There's some people, they take medication and it actually doesn't work for them.
Win free airtime with One Africa TV. Share your comments on the channel. SMS your feedback, name and town to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
On BBC World News, the biggest African and international news stories.